Should we take this together? What do you guys think? Twitch chat, do you want to do a survey with me? Should we survey our experiences? And considering, so it says no need to stress, there's no right or wrong answers. However, they have my UN number if we do this. So I'm curious if I'd be penalized if we put something negative on there. All right, Twitch chat, we're going to do this together. Ready? So we're going to have to agree and proceed. All right, here you go. For your age, yes. Which of the following franchises have you heard about? What's this got to do with Raid? Collabs! They're looking at collab ideas, I guarantee you. Okay, Mortal Kombat, Castlevania, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Bloodborne, Beavis and Butthead, Final Fantasy VII, Legacy of Kain, Thundercats, League of Legends. Okay, this has to be The Mummy, right? For Honor, Dragon's Dogma, Walking Dead, Soul Cal. Okay. Pretty sure. I'm just gonna go on a limb here, but pretty sure Raid's looking at collabs. So I have heard of this. We've heard of Castlevania. We've heard of Buffy. I don't think I've heard of Bloodborne. Beavis and Butthead, yes. Obviously Final Fantasy VII. Legacy of Kain I have heard of. Thundercats. Obviously League of Legends. The Mummy. For Honor, I don't necessarily think so. Dragon Dogma, yes. The Walking Dead, yes. Soul Calibur, yes. Okay. Interesting! I'm pretty sure, guys, I'm gonna go on a limb here. I'm pretty sure this is like future collab stuff. How familiar are with Buffy the Vampire Slayer? I am familiar with Buffy the Vampire Slayer. When thinking of Buffy, what first comes to mind? We're gonna say Buffy. Oh, Buffy and Angel, right? Buffy and Angel. All right. How would you rate your overall opinion of Buffy the Vampire Slayer? That was a good series. I'm gonna go very favorable. See, I knew it! I knew it! How would you feel about Buffy the Vampire Slayer's character's art style tone as a match for Raid Shadow Legends? I think it's suitable. I think they could pull it off. Legacy of Kain. How familiar are with you? Truly, I only know the name. When thinking of Legacy of Kain, what first comes to mind? I'm going to say Assassins, because that's kind of what comes to mind when I think of Legacy of Kain, and I could be wrong. How would you rate it overall? I'm going to say neutral because I don't really know it. I'm going to again kind of go neutral because I don't really know it. There goes Buffy to get paid. Mortal Kombat. Okay. I mean, we gotta go very familiar with this, obviously. We think of Mortal Kombat. What comes to mind? What doesn't come to mind? Your soul is mine. Your soul is mine. That's the first thing that comes to mind. How would you rate your overall opinion of Mortal Kombat? Very favorable, of course. Who doesn't like Mortal Kombat? Get over here! That's right, that's another good one. How would you feel about Mortal Kombat and Toads and Match Raid Shadow Legends? I think they could do it. I think they could do that for sure. Very suitable. Well, I'm not sure. What do you guys think about that? So of that we just did, they asked about Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Legacy of Kain, and Mortal Kombat. Now we know Raid's been doing a bunch of collabs. I would love to know what you guys think of this, because that's something for sure. That is definitely something. I would love to see if they actually end up doing some of these collabs, and which one of those would you be most excited about?